knew I shouldn't have done it. I absolutely knew I shouldn't have done it. It literally captures the dust in the cloth. Does anyone remember the pan lid hack that used to do the rounds on Instagram? It's one of those like constant sprays and I love that. Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for joining me today. I thought I would pick up the camera and vlog for you today because it is a Saturday morning and I have got a nice little weekend ahead planned. So I thought, of course, I would share it with you all. So Connor is away this weekend. He's on a little boys' weekend with his friends. So I have invited some of the girls round for a cheese and wine night tonight. So I'm having a day at home, just pottering around, getting ready for that, which will be absolutely lovely. We are still in the middle of the heat wave in the UK, so we are going to spend an evening outside, which is perfect. April is also staying tonight because her boyfriend Mike is away with Connor, so it made sense for her to stay and then she can have a few drinks and not have to worry about driving home. So yeah, I've also got to prepare the spare room for her. I have been to the gym this morning and oh, guys, I've had a nightmare. I've completely messed up. If you're wondering why I'm sat on the floor, it's because it's kind of the only comfortable place right now. Do you remember my neck, shoulder, back injury that I did just over 2 weeks ago? I've been going super simple at the gym, really sort of like low impact workouts, hardly using any weights, and if I have, I've been using very sort of small weights. Today, I went to my 8 AM body pump class, just like everyone told me not to, and put my weights up a bit, and I've completely screwed it up again. I am in so much pain. I am so cross at myself because I knew I shouldn't have done it. I absolutely knew I shouldn't have done it. So that's really annoying. So if you're wondering why, I'm telling you, just because if you're wondering why she's looking stiff, it's because I am. I'm really stiff around here, so all my turning is like that. So anyway, I've done it to myself. So yeah, I put the bedding on in the wash for April this morning before I went to the gym. I hung it out when I got home and it is now on the line. I think it's, to be honest, it's only been out there for a half an hour. But I think it's going to be nearly dry to come in anyway, so we can get that in and get the bedroom made up. So yeah, all I've got to do is get the spare bedroom ready, just have a bit of a surface clean down here, nothing major. The house doesn't need deep cleaning, it just needs like a little refresh before the girls arrive. And I do have a little tidy up of the garden because the pine needles and the cobwebs are rife. They are so bad at the moment. They are absolutely everywhere, so we need to give that a little clean. I'm sitting so awkwardly because, well, obviously there's a dog here. When is there not? And he's just like right in the way. I feel really far away from the camera, but he's literally here. So anyway, I am going to start with the job I want to do the least, which is the spare room. So I'm going to go and start up there, and I just need to give it all a bit of a dust and put the clean sheets on and just give it a bit of a refresh in there. So I'm giving myself 10 minutes to get this room clean and then 10 minutes to make the bed because it's a sunny day. I don't want to spend too much time cleaning. So what have I got? I've got a damp cloth. I've got a saucepan lid, which I'll show you in a minute. And I have got a bowl of concentrated disinfectant, which I've just diluted with some cold water. I'm using the Fabulosa Linen Fresh one. You've probably seen me use it loads and loads and loads. But before I dump my cloth in there, I've actually just dampened my cloth just with tap water because I just want to go over and dust the leaves of this plant because they get super dusty, and obviously I don't want to put like disinfectant on my plant leaves. I feel like I'm really asking for trouble if I do that. So just with a literal just water on a cloth, I'm just going to go over and dust the leaves because yeah, these are telltale signs that this room hasn't been dusted in very long. This plant is actually a little bit out of control at the moment, but I don't really know what to do with it. It's kind of like encroaching over the dressing table, but I think it kind of looks a bit cool, so I don't really know what to do with it. But for the purpose of this clean, I'm just going to shimmy it out the way. Also, we have one squeaky, oh, that's no better. We have one squeaky floorboard right here, so really sorry about that. Okay, let's move you over here and then we can have a little dusteroo of what's going on up here. So just Connor's little bits really. So I'm just going to wipe these down as they come off because again, I hate leaving like bottles and things out on the side because they do just get so dusty, but I suppose when you use them really regularly, there's not really another option for it. So I'm just going to wipe those down as they come off. And then I'm going to remove the mirror and we'll deal with that in, just a moment. And then I'm just going to damp dust the top of this unit. So I'm going to go into the disinfectant. So damp dusting, I know I speak about it quite a lot, but for anyone that hasn't heard me talk about it, I'll keep it brief for anyone that has. Basically, it works. Damp dusting is, it's quite self-explanatory, it's dusting with a damp cloth for two reasons. Some dusters, obviously depending on what sort of duster you use, will just move the dust from one surface to another. When you use a damp cloth, it literally captures the dust in the cloth. So the dust that I'm wiping off here, I'm not pushing it onto the floor, it's getting entrapped in the cloth. So I'm actually getting rid of the problem, not just moving it around. So don't get me wrong, I do use like conventional dusters as well, because sometimes you just want to get it off your skirting boards, you don't really care how. But if I'm actually like, I know this room was dusty, it needs a proper clean, then a damp dust for me is always the answer. And something else I just like to do is, you can do it just with water, but something else I like to do is use some kind of nice smelling cleaner, because it just makes the room smell really good. So double whammy. If you've never tried damp dusting, give it a little go. And then now that that is dry, I'm just going to pop the mirror back up, and I feel like this product just needs no introduction over here. I'm going to use the Pink Stuff Window and Glass Cleaning Kit. Firstly, the spray is great. Secondly, the handle just makes it so easy to use. And there we have it. One clean and dust-free little dressing table. Now the blinds are always a little dust magnet, so I do actually try and keep on top of these quite regularly, because if I don't, then they're a really horrible task when I actually have to do them. So wring out the cloth again, and I am just going to wipe down every single, actually I'm not going to do every single slat today, I'm just going to go over the front of them because I know they're not too bad, so that should be enough. So all you need to do is just wet the cloth. You can use this on so many different like fabric furnishings. You can use it on like your sofa, you can use it on your floor, anything like that. And effectively, you guys see this, you just wrap the cloth around your pan lid and it creates you like a little handle effectively. And you can just go over and it gets any dust and little bits of any soft furnishings, and it also leaves them smelling so fresh and clean. So I'm just going to take this over the headboard. It will leave it slightly damp, but again in this heat it will dry within, I reckon, like 20 minutes. But it just gives it all a nice little refresh. I just want to poke my head in the bathroom actually, because Connor cleaned this before he went, and normally I would like to just give it like another once over before anyone uses it, but I just think with the pain here today, I really cannot be bothered, and I know April won't mind. But to be fair, it actually looks like he's done quite a good job. Like it actually does smell really clean in here, and normally he like misses out the track in the shower, but that is completely clean, so I actually don't think I need to do anything in here. The only thing I've just taken off the towel rail, what have I taken off? Oh, the what do you call it? The bath mat off the towel rail, because I just realised I haven't washed that yet. So I'm just going to go and stick that in the wash so that that's nice and fresh. Don't even talk to me about the chaos on the landing. I don't know about you guys, but if you're cleaning one room, then the landing or the hall is always chaos. But anyway, that bath mat is on its way into the wash. Don't worry, I am under no illusion that this is a bit nuts, but just gonna quickly iron the bedding. I know people think it's a waste of time, but as a lot of you that have watched me for a long time will know that I am a bedding ironer, and I will do the same for my guests. So I just think it feels so much nicer, so I will do the same for them. It's a waste of time, I know, but I just enjoy it. Can I be totally honest with you guys? I feel like I've never really been like this on my channel, but I was not sure whether just to finish this vlog now and like not continue with it and not upload it, because I feel like I'm not in a very good mood today. I'm in a lot of pain, and it's really getting me down, because it's been for like 2 weeks now, and I'm just so sick of it. I'm so sick of it, and I feel like I always want my channel to be such a positive, uplifting place for you guys to come, because obviously this is your escapism, so I always try and make it so positive, but I just feel like today I need to be realistic with you and just say, I'm not in a good mood, guys. I'm not in a good mood, and I'm really gutted because I really wanted to have such a fun evening with the girls. So I'm just trying to get this all done really as quickly as possible so that I can actually just sit down and chill for a bit. I really want to shower. I've been texting Connor because I don't know how to get my top off. I know this is ridiculous, but when I did my injury 2 weeks ago, I was wearing this top, and the angle, because it's quite tight, obviously it's that gym material, the angle that you have to take it off at, I couldn't take my top off, so Connor had to do it for me. But there's no Connor today. Like, what do you do? If I didn't have a husband, what would I do? Well, I'm gonna have to work it out today. So I'm not quite sure I'm gonna take my top off right now, but I'm just desperate for a shower. So I'm really sorry for the moan, because I feel like I'm not normally a moany person, especially on this channel, but it's real life. I'm cleaning in 32-degree heat. It's nearly, well, it's just gone midday, so the house is getting hotter. I'm in a whole lot of pain, and I'm just not in a very good mood. But rant over, I'm just going to continue with my ironing. Hopefully that will cheer me up. So this is how we are now looking, all clean and fresh in here, fresh sheets, dusted, hoovered, nice and refreshed. Only thing I need to do is add the throws back on, but they are just on the line at the moment drying, so they'll go on in about half an hour. Bathroom is nearly there, I just need to add some toilet roll. I need to put the toilet seat down and put the towels on once they've dried as well, but apart from that we are done in here. Just wanted to say, I'm very sorry about my little pity party I just had when I was doing the ironing. I feel like that's really out of character for me, so I'm so sorry, especially over here on this channel, because I am so conscious about making it such a positive space for you guys to come and, you know, have a bit of escapism yourself. So I'm very, very sorry about that. I promise I won't make a habit of it. But without going into it too much, I've just had a real week of it this week. Like, it's just been a rough week. So I know it seems like such a small thing, like you have an injured shoulder and it's hot, like it's really not that major, but I feel like it's all kind of just built up and this is the final straw and I'm just like, I've had enough. So anyway, won't mention it again. I'm gonna improve my mood. So what I have said to myself is, it is now 10 to 1. I am going to give myself till 1:30 to get my garden sorted. I'm not going to push it any further than that. I think sometimes you just got to listen to your body and what you want to do. I've got a bit of washing hanging out there. I've got the next load just to go out, but that will all be done very, very quickly. I just want to, sounds weird, but dust the fences, dust the office, dust around the table, put the umbrella up, wipe down the table, get rid of the pine needles on the floor, just so the garden is ready. I'm then saying to myself at 1:30 I can just sit down and chill for a bit, have a shower, rest my shoulder, and then come back to it about 4 o'clock before everyone arrives. Look at the state of it. I feel like I'm actually asking for trouble walking around my garden in Connor's oversized sliders because I can't bother to take my socks off. Honestly, we're asking for trouble today. So anyway, these are the throws, they're out on the line. But what I just wanted to show you is this is what I want to tackle. I just want to brush like all this down. I don't know if that's coming up on camera, but it is so cobwebby. I mean, like, what is this doing on the top of the fence? I only did this literally a few days ago, and I know no one else is going to notice, but for me, it's just not very nice. The other thing I wanted to show you was pine needles. Pine needles galore around here. As you can see, I only swept this about 3 days ago, and it just looks so untidy. It's all round the seating area, all up around here, so I need to give this all a good sweep, and then obviously put the cushions out, and this will just feel nice and fresh around here. So we're going to do that. But first, I'm actually just I want to show you a little treat I've been making for Archie in this heat, because it's about time he has one, because he's been a good boy this morning. So they're frozen treats, anything to try and keep dogs cool in this weather. Let me prop you up here. So I've been making them in kind of like bulk and then taking them out the moulds and just storing them in the freezer. So they're little, oh, you know what's coming, don't you? They are little fruit or veg slabs. Brilliant angle. Basically, I do them in a Tupperware. Can you see this nose? I do them in a Tupperware and I put any kind of dog safe fruit and veg in them. So he's got an apple slab, he's got a carrot and broccoli slab, another carrot and broccoli slab in here. So this is what they look like. He loves them. They're literally about 3/4 of an inch thick, if that's focusing. And then you just chop up the veggies. Check like that it's a dog safe fruit or veg that's safe to be frozen for them. And then he absolutely loves them. So let's go and give him one of these in the garden. You're very keen on the... No, baby, we need to have it in the garden. Come on, let's go. Let's go in the garden. Come on then. Whee! Sit. Good boy. Lovely refreshing treat, and obviously it's literally only water and veg, so we know it's good for them. But yes, he loves these, so a great little hack if you've got fur babies that are also struggling in this heat. So my plan of action here is very much just brush it onto the floor and we'll deal with it all later. This little dustpan I'm using is from the Dustpan and Brush Store. I really like their stuff. They've released this new kind of pastel collection which is very pretty, so I'm going to get rid of all these pine needles and then we can sweep them up after. A big old bucket of just water and Fairy Up liquid. I think this is my favourite part of being able to clean outside. You can just chuck all the water around, give it all a big clean, and on a day like this it's literally going to be dry in like 5 minutes. So I'm just going to give this all a wipe down to get rid of all like the dust and things like that, and actually I'm just going to give a few of the chairs a bit of a wipe down too. Although I've got rid of all the cobwebs and the pine needles and stuff like that, it's still a little bit grubby. So this is a nice clean to be doing in the sunshine. I feel like I probably shouldn't be doing this with the washing on the line, but I have given myself a time restraint today, so we haven't got time to wait for the washing to dry. We're just gonna whack it all on, give it all a quick clean, and then we can get out and enjoy the sunshine. Oh, why is that so satisfying? Am I getting out all my anger on this piece of furniture? So it is a few hours later. I've just been chilling in the garden this afternoon in the sun, not doing a great deal. Had a shower, feel much better for it, feel nice and refreshed, and I'm just very quickly just doing something in my appearance before the girls arrive in about half an hour. You know, like when you don't want to put any makeup on because you're just not feeling it. This is the product I use when I don't want like any makeup, if that makes sense. I've talked about this before on my channel, so I'm sorry if this is a bit repetitive for you, but it's got factor 50+ in it, but because it's the glow one, they've got a glow one and the invisible one. I always use the glow one because it just gives you like the smallest little amount of coverage just to like even out your skin tone, which I feel like is just a nice little, you know, if you don't want to wear foundation. So I put that on. And then I just put some concealer under my eyes, I put some bronzer on, I put some blusher on, I curled my eyelashes, put some mascara on, I did my eyebrows, and that was literally it. So I think my makeup, if you can call it that, literally took me like less than 5 minutes tonight, which is exactly what you want in this heat. So as I said, I got about half an hour before the girls arrive. I haven't got a huge amount of cleaning to do because the house didn't really need it. The garden, as I say, we've done. I just need to put the cushions out and things like that. I haven't got much food prep to do because obviously it's a cheese and wine. It's kind of like you haven't got to prep any food, which is really nice. So we've split it between the 6 of us. There's 6 of us in total. Oh my gosh, I can't reach this side of my hair. My arm won't go there. That's annoying. That's really annoying. There's 6 of us tonight, so we've just split up the food amongst us. So everyone's bringing a bottle of wine, everyone's bringing a different cheese, and then like crackers, breads, pâtés, pork pies, fruits, chutneys, all the like little extra bits that you add to a cheese board. I say we've just split up amongst us, so we're going to have plenty of food. The only thing I have forgotten that I was supposed to be doing is I said I would just make some chocolate covered strawberries. I've got all the stuff, I just haven't done it yet, so I probably should just quickly run downstairs and do that so they can at least be setting in the fridge. So all I need to do at this point is just have a very quick kind of like surface clean, a surface whiz around. I'm just going to wipe I'm just going to wipe down the sides, hoover the floors, mop the floors, get the cushions out, do the strawberries, and then we are done. Just realised I've never actually spoken to you guys about this product, not an ad, not a sponsor, nothing like that. I just really enjoy it. It's the Sif Infinite and Clean, and it's like an all-in-one clean. It smells really nice, but it's in this bottle. This little bit down the bottom is refillable. But the reason I love it is because it's one of those like constant sprays, and I love that. So like, let me show you. When I wipe it on the coffee, excuse me, Archie. Thank you, darling. When I wipe it on the when I spray it on the kitchen table, look at how constant it is. It's so good. That was all from one spray. I'm sorry, but how satisfying. I mean, I'm definitely using far too much products, but it's just fun, you know? So I quite like that spray. So I'm gonna use that all around the kitchen sides, and then give it a hoover and a mop in here. Another little product that I just wanted to mention to you guys is this Asevi pet floor cleaner. You know, I mentioned I was trying to look for a pet safe floor cleaner. This is the one I went for, and it smells so good. I filled up my speed mop with it, like only with that much, so I think it's gonna last me quite a while, but yeah, this smells really good. I have got about 5 minutes before the girls get here, so I'm just gonna get the last little bits ready. I just want to get the wine glasses, the water jug, the plates, the cutlery, everything ready so that I've got everything out and ready to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jesus, girl. Number 6. And then I've got 6 little water glasses as well. I'm going to make up a jug with... This is really hard. God, the most basic things. I'm just going to make up a jug with ice and lemon in as well and pop that on the table for everyone. So I am going to film a few clips from this evening. I'm going to be totally honest, I know right now that I'm going to be in the moment and not speak to the camera, so I'm just going to stick it all in a montage, and then I'll catch up with you guys in the morning.
I really hope she's really going back.
Okay.
Nothing happened.
She just shot the knife this close to Archie. We both have went, oh God, that's on video.
It actually is. That's on YouTube. Hello again, guys. It is a couple of days after I last spoke to you. It is not Sunday morning. Like I said, I would catch up with you again on Sunday morning. It is not. Basically, Saturday night, a really, really nice night. So love those evenings, spending them with the girls. They didn't leave until I think it was about midnight in the end. So they were here for ages and it was really, really nice. Great catch up, lots of wine, lots of food. Everyone had a great time. Apart from, do you remember I was saying about my neck hurting? I'm really sorry to keep going on about it, but it was like hurting on Saturday. Sorry, Archie's bashing the camera. He's brought his teddy over and he's bashing the camera. Obviously my neck was hurting and it was sore, but like it wasn't, I could still function, if you know what I mean. Archie, stop bashing the camera. Go over there, take your teddy over there. But yeah, I could still function until about 10 minutes before the girls arrived. I had the parasol up over the table and it wasn't a particularly windy day, but just like a gust of wind came and the parasol started to wobble. It didn't blow over, but it looked like it was going to. Without even thinking, I just picked my arm up to catch the parasol and obviously I didn't even think, but it was my bad side and it completely jarred and the pain. I have a really high pain threshold, like nothing ever bothers me. And the girls know that. So when they could see how much pain I was in, they were like, Jesus, this actually must really hurt. But basically, in a roundabout way, I didn't pick up the camera on Sunday because I couldn't even lift my head without assistance. Went to the pharmacy on Sunday and got some extra strong painkillers and I am now just about to head off to my physio appointment because we're in a bad way, guys. So yeah, that's a roundabout way of me going, pity me, woe me. That's why I didn't speak to you on Sunday, because I couldn't even tie my hair up. I was in such a bad way. And it always happens when Connor's away. Like I was like, could you come home? And he's like, yeah, I'll see you in a few hours. I couldn't walk Archie because I couldn't hold the lead. Like, oh, so my mum and dad came round and we got it sorted. But anyway, woe is me. I promise you I will never moan like this again in another vlog. As I've always said, I always try and keep positive, uplifting in these videos, because the last thing when you guys need a bit of escapism is to come and listen to me be like, oh my god, my neck's really hurting. But yeah, it's just been really bad. But yeah, I hope you guys have, amongst my moaning, enjoyed this video and I will see you on, when's this video getting uploaded? This is being uploaded on Sunday, so I will see you on Wednesday. Bye.